Welcome to another meeting of TV Holics Anonymous. Quick, hit the follow button so you never miss an episode. You can also follow us on our socials too: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, and give us a 5-star rating on whatever you're listening to this podcast on. Welcome to another meeting of TV Holics Anonymous. My name is Ruru and I am a TV Holic.
My name is Mimi and I'm a TV Holic.
So today we're doing Devil's Plan from Netflix. It's another Korean show. It's a reality TV show. It's kind of like a game show. But just wanted to say sorry because in the beginning of this intro, Mimi was blowing out because we had like a little scuffle about how we're going to present this episode, and she wants it a certain way and I want it a certain way, but like we're going to kind of compromise and do like an in-between kind of thing. So Devil's Plan, this is season 1 of Devil's Plan. I watched it
obviously
when
we're
it
on
first came out.
season 2's already on. We'll get
I
to
watched it when it first came out, so that was 2023, and she watched it after.
I just watched it
She watched it
recently.
just now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have like differing thoughts on it, and we're gonna get into it. So in the beginning, what did you think of it at the start? Like, do you want to talk about the start?
No, I didn't really know exactly what it would be about. Like, I haven't really seen many Korean
Game
shows apart from Mystery. What was it called again?
Agents of Mystery.
Agents of Mystery, yes. Which I prefer. Just saying off the bat, I prefer this kind of concept and this to Agents of Mystery, because I don't feel like there's a point to Agents of Mystery.
Yeah, but
there wasn't in season 1 because there was like no winning, or I don't know what it was for. It's a variety show.
Agents of Mystery is just more of a a escape room kind of thing game. It's a different,
but there's
different
no
concept.
winning, or there's no I don't know. So
they are winning by solving the problem in Agents of Mystery. They are winning.
So I do like the premise. I like the idea of I did enjoy it. I got quite into it. The games sucked me in quite a lot, the way they filmed it as well. And they how it was delivered and stuff. Like, it got me really tense at some points and stuff. So I liked it. I don't know how long it actually lasts, because they made this. It's interesting how they show us how they make the set. They show it the
montage of the time lapse of that. It was crazy. If they tried to do that somewhere in England or in America, it would take 1,000,000 years. They'd be like, oh, we can't do this and we can't do that.
I really like the setup. I love the bedrooms and everything. It's really cute.
They're so efficient in making it. They just made it in a week or something like that. That's crazy. There was nothing there, and they made entire bedrooms, entire living room space. They made the whole jail
storage warehouse kind of situation. It looked like that they made it from that. It was.
That's
studio, or what was it?
Yeah, I think this is how the studios are a giant kind of like a space.
Warehouse. Yeah,
because then they can assemble and disassemble stuff.
I don't know how long they actually there for, but then I started thinking after a while, they probably getting really claustrophobic. What is it called when you're stuck in the same? Because they didn't have any access to outside. Do they cabin fever? Yeah. Do you think, we don't know, but they get access to outside and stuff? They must do, right?
No, they don't. They talked about it in an interview.
They're there for days. I don't know how long it is. It's 2 weeks? A week?
Yeah, I think it's a week. But that's why they feel that this is their whole life. When they're there, they talked about it it feels like we've been this is my whole life.
That's when I started thinking about it, because towards the end they were oh my god, I don't know what's going on outside. They have no phone, no nothing. But then I did notice they tried to make some attempts, the studio, or everything was designed so that they had some plants and stuff. I think they were aware they can't see any greenery, they don't have any access to outside, so they think they attempted to do some sort of outdoorsy area, that square outside the bedrooms.
Oh yeah, they haven't seen sunlight for days.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I don't know how but that cabin fever thing is probably part of it, because to drive them a bit crazy, because you're not getting any vitamin D, or just I don't know, you could go pretty crazy.
And there was crying, there was so much emotion, there was backstabbing, there was lying, there was so much.
But this is, and I think this felt like the first season where it was confusing for them to know about do we make rivalries? Do we just look out for ourselves? How do we do this? Like, I think the next season will be a bit more, they'll be a bit more well equipped to know what's the right strategy going in, whereas they didn't really know what was what was expected.
Okay.
Like, when they all
I
sat
just
there,
want
they
to
all
say,
came in.
I'm not giving you any spoilers, but next season's extremely cutthroat. It's like 100 times. It's like this on crack.
Oh, fine. Okay, sorry, I got it wrong maybe. So
No, no,
yeah,
no. I mean, I'm talking about even the people and the show as well. The
yeah,
show and the people is like it's like this on crack. Like you'd just be like, oh my god, it's so intense. It's so intense.
yeah. So, what do you think about how they all entered? Like is it a house? Let's call it a house. How they entered the house.
I thought that was quite interesting. Who was the first person? Was it
They were all
Seok-Jin?
sizing each other up, definitely, because I think it was
Was it
Seok-Jin
C1?
was first, and then
Oh, okay.
and
Oh, C1 or Seok-Jin, I think.
yeah.
One of them.
So they were all just generally sizing each other up when they came in, and I didn't realize like everyone was so intelligent.
Yeah.
Like
So
they all had like degrees, and they were all like there was an orthopedic surgeon, like
but
there
you
were
know,
a lot of actors.
yeah, yeah. Seok-Jin, yeah, he's an actor, K-drama actor, but he also like went to university for
Math.
engineering.
Oh, engineering. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
an engineer,
Then there was
so that was
Don.
interesting. And C1's also an actress, but
Yes,
she has like a
those are businesses.
business administrative degree, and she went to Seoul National University. That's a really, really hard university to get into.
Yeah.
Very,
Then
very like prestigious. And
Orbit
then
was like the YouTube science guy who was like the
um
nerd of the.
Orbit, he was like
He's the science
he's
YouTuber.
a YouTube science guy, but he was a policy advisor for the Blue House. That's like their White House.
Mm.
So he's
Oh
like
yeah, it was interesting that they had
presidential office.
Seungkwan.
Huh?
Seungkwan.
Uh
That was interesting because he's a K-pop guy from
yeah,
the
Seungkwan.
from
He's from
17.
the group 17, yeah. 17 is like a really big group. Um
Then they had Dong-Joo, who is the lawyer from America.
oh yeah, Dong-Joo, Danielle So in America, but she's got multiple degrees. She went to MIT and
Yeah,
she's got a bachelor in maths, and she also has a law degree and she has a communications degree as well.
yeah, yeah.
There's also
Joon-Bin was the one that was the travel YouTuber.
yeah,
He was like the funny guy.
yeah,
I found him
Joon-Bin,
funny.
yeah, but he was also a diplomat before as well, and he worked in the Azerbaijan, you know,
Yeah,
diplomat office, I guess. And then there was Hye-sung, and she's a freelance announcer.
yeah.
She's got a business administrative degree. Then there was also Kyeong-Lim, Kyeong-rim.
Yeah.
She was like
She was like the
a
older lady
comedian.
with the curly
Yeah.
hair.
But you know what? How old do you think she is? This is interesting.
40 something.
Oh, to me, she read as like in her like 50s, but she's like 47. I thought she was in her 50s.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like the like that long dress thing skirt that she had on and things like that.
Yeah.
And then there's also C1. She like I said, she was an actress. Who else didn't we missed out?
Yoo-Min is the orthopedic
Oh,
surgeon.
yeah, she's an orthopedic. I
Dong-Jae
thought
was the
when she
poker.
came in, I thought she was like a teenager or like a like someone at university. I thought she was really, really young. Didn't you think she was so young?
No, I didn't think she was young, but I just didn't think she didn't have the energy of a surgeon.
Well, everyone else thought she was really young when she came in as well. And
There's
then
two
we did,
professional poker players, Dong-Jae and Guillaume, who's the
yeah, but
guy who's foreign.
Dong-Jae is actually a college
He's a
student, but
student
he's
as well,
doing
yeah, I
poker
know.
on the side. And then
Yeah,
Guillaume was a poker player, but he also was like an esports player before that, like esports
gamer.
gaming. And then also Yeon-Woo, a Go player. I thought
Professional.
she'd be more impressive than she was, but she wasn't.
She's too busy like being in a surprise face all the time. It just felt
That
like
is
that.
the
Do you remember
face
when
that she did.
someone did the impression and it was like who
Yeah.
was that doing the impression? Oh yeah, it was Dong-Jae. It was the student guy, the professional poker guy. He was like doing all these impressions, but she was like he was saying, towards the end he was saying like whether she's happy or sad, like it's always the same. Even when she started crying, she was like
Yeah, she was like I felt like she was like super empty. She just took this as like some kind of like vacation, and she didn't really
yeah,
do much.
yeah, and I liked the voice they gave her because it was very like fitting for like yeah, it was like very airy and like empty.
I love the living area and like the food and everything. I love the food. Let's talk about the food. The food looked amazing. Like,
Oh
and
yeah,
they
the
had like
other thing
lavish
about
food, and the
not
snacks
having
and
access.
everything was amazing. The snacks that they gave them during the
Oh, they
game,
have
oh, that was
when they're doing
beautiful.
all the games and they have to like to go into breakout rooms. They have all the little snacks, like cocktail snacks. They're like on
Yeah.
like their
Oh my God, they had
cocktail
little
sticks and
sliders,
stuff.
like, and then they had like all the
Oh
sushi and stuff.
yes.
It was like
I don't think I would do
swirl.
any preparation. I would just be eating. I'd be like, I need this for sustenance.
Yeah,
Because all the games are like hours long. They're like 4 or 5 hours, some like 4 hours, some of them.
yeah, I'd be snacking
The
the whole time.
elimination games, at least, they were intense. What did you think about like
Oh wait, hang on. What do you think about the prison, the facilities and everything?
the
How it
prison?
looked?
Yeah, so with the elimination games, they had to go to prison.
No,
So
no,
did they? Well, I can't remember. They had to choose. Someone has to choose, right? The best players have to choose who goes to prison, or sometimes it's like the person who does the worst job. Okay, anyway,
yeah,
so they go
different
into
people at
prison.
different times.
Well, go on. Oh no, what was her name? The Go player.
Yeon-Woo.
Yanu was there most of the time. Like she was the most like the person that was in prison the most out of everyone. And I thought prison was like actually ended up being a good chance for people to bond because a lot of
No,
people came
when you,
out of
yeah,
prison.
but no, but what were your thoughts of the actual prison itself? And no,
Oh
when
yeah,
you
yeah, like
first
how they
saw
had no
prison,
access to like proper water and stuff.
yeah, but when you first saw the prison, were you like, what the? There was like a narrow little passage, and like,
Not really. They had to
oh,
make it prisony.
I was like,
Like
what the hell? Like, this is super claustrophobic, like walking up to the prison
yeah,
and
the
everything like that.
claustrophobic thing and like being inside there. I think because they're there for a day. I think that's pretty intense. And the fact that there's like remember that there's funny scenes that they had to wash their face with like the water in the kettle or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Well, not
there's
hot
no
water because
tap.
obviously it's in a kettle, but yeah,
So the toilet as well. They talked about the toilet. Obviously, they didn't show that,
yeah.
but they're
I
like
bet
it's super
it was just as
basic.
basic. Yeah.
I think it's probably like a squat toilet.
No.
Because why were they washing their hands in here?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's a squat toilet. It's just probably just have a sink there.
Oh my God, that's super gross. I'd cry.
Yeah. So they, yeah,
I
and
wash
they were
my hands like crazy after going
little,
to the toilet. Like I just need I just feel like ugh. You know what I
they were
mean?
little, yeah, they were little mysteries that were uncovered in prison as well, like the safe and stuff, which was interesting. Like it wasn't just.
Yeah, we'll get
It
to
was
that. We'll get to
interesting that
that.
it wasn't just go to prison and do nothing. Like there was something for them to do. Kind of.
Oh, and did you see? When they got in the morning, what do you think about the prison food? The lunch,
Yeah, but the
the
way they
lunch,
described it
the
seemed
little
really
bread.
basic. It looked like just like bread roll and but the porridge
It's
looked good to me, the savory
Yeah, yeah. The
porridge.
porridge looks really
And
good.
they said it was good as well, but I would love to try that
Yeah,
next
it's what's it called? It's a the porridge is not sweet. It's savory.
savory, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I said.
savory
Yeah, so
porridge.
the
Yeah, I
savory
really
porridge
want to
was
try
really
that as well. I really wanted that. After that, I thought I need a savory porridge, Korean savory porridge.
yeah,
Um,
I bet it's like very umami flavor,
yeah, yeah.
like
I think it's got miso
a
in it,
bit
and like
salty and a bit it's probably like onion, like a bit of oniony kind of yummy.
yeah, spring onions on the top, and oh yeah, it sounds good. Anyway, so let's move on. So episode 1 and 2, there was like a main match, which was a virus match. What do you think about that? That was your first taster into like what this was like.
It
I
was
know you
quite
were like,
common. I
I
realized that it
watched
was
it
going
with
to be
you.
yeah.
No, I watched it with you, and I saw like the dismay in your face when you saw all the instructions and like they were
Yeah.
explaining everything. That was
It's
just
just
like,
too much. I think that's the moral one of the morals of the story for me on that. It's just too much. The I felt the instructions and like the games were a bit much. Obviously the contestants followed it, but I bet without us knowing they paused it and had to double explain it. The producers and directors like they didn't get
yeah,
it
no, they
straight
did,
away.
they did.
They had to like go over it, and that's part of probably what the breakout rooms were for. Is obviously they didn't show it again, but they probably took quite a bit of time to really get their head around the games. So I think in that way, like for the viewer, you kind of lose them a little bit because you want to play the game with the contestants,
Yeah,
and you can't really when you don't really understand it so well. But
but you
that
can't
first
give
game,
something simple to clever
the
people.
virus, huh?
You can't give something simple and basic to clever people.
Yeah,
That's the
but
problem.
I hear this. I've read about it. I hear that it's quite a big complaint from a lot of viewers. So I don't know if that's specific just to outside of Korea. I mean, Koreans are all okay
Yeah,
with
I
this.
didn't like it either. I didn't like it either. It got boring, and you kind of zone out after a little while as well, listening to the instructions.
This virus game wasn't as bad though. some of the rest of them, like
Yeah,
the elimination games were really complex. I actually found the prize games more easy to
easy. Yeah, yeah,
understand.
yeah.
But all these
But
elimination games, the virus game, obviously the thing was like about what's his name?
Dong-Jae,
Dong Dong-Jae was
Dong-Jae
a standout player for that game because he really had everyone wrapped around his
manipulated the
finger.
situation and everything.
Yeah,
And
because he was the
Seok-Jin was
Joker, right? What was it called?
no, he was a fanatic, and Seok-Jin
Fanatic,
was
yeah.
the
Police officer.
police officer, and then Guillaume and Siwon were the
Yeah.
terrorists.
Basically, C1, Guillaume, and Dong-Jae ended up working together. They showed
Yeah,
us after how they all got to
and
got all their pieces because they did
they
well in the
tricked
game.
police officer in
Yeah,
the end, really,
they
because
tricked
they
Jin.
yeah, Seok-Jin, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And from the start, I thought, like, I noticed that Seok-Jin, like, from this very first episode, that Seok-Jin was very, very, like, observant people. Like, he's always observing he thinks before he speaks. He puts his hand behind his back like an old man all the time. He's always got his
He's
hand
quite
behind his back
calm as
thinking.
well.
Yeah, he's
Like he didn't
calm under
panic. He's not a
pressure.
panic. He's not a panic person. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, when you
So after
panic,
that, they ended up
you
being a
tend to
bit of
make
a
the wrong
lion.
decision. Yeah. And I
Well,
found this game to be like, like kind of like Wink Murder, a bit like Wink Murder, because they had to kill
yeah,
people like this, and
yeah.
it
Oh
was a
yeah,
bit
they had to
weird.
like go to the book. Like Seok-Jin had to go to the book
You
and
book
like
and turn it
pull something
around,
down. Right.
yeah, to
Yeah.
kill people, to kill someone, and then also they had to go, like, the researchers had to hold people's hands, the two researchers, which was
It's actually a fun game. I think that would be a fun game to play in real life.
yeah,
Like if
yeah,
I
yeah,
was there, I would like it.
yeah, but it's not fun if you're just one of the, like, village folk. It's fun if you've got like
I
a
thought
role.
I got it so wrong because the lawyer, she was a researcher in that with
Yeah, yeah,
Seungkwan, and they straight away like
they told
made a
everyone, and
mistake,
yeah.
and as did Kyeong-rim. But I thought the lawyer was an idiot and like stupid. After that, I was
Oh,
like, oh, she's gonna go out quickly. So I got that wrong, obviously. But I was like, oh no, she's such an idiot. Like she's not gonna do well in this Devil's Plan and stuff. But
it's because
yeah.
she listened to Orbit's plan. That's why, of Orbit's plan of
Oh yeah, so this is where Orbit already
move that
like
way. I can't see.
this is where Orbit, because he got them all together right in the beginning, remember, and had this. It was like that utopia. What is it called? Like the theory of like utopic something where everyone
He
works
wants to
together
save
for the
everyone.
greater good and save everyone and save the
Take
weak.
as many, yeah, take
Save
as
the
many
weak.
people, yeah, keep the weak there, and keep as many people there till the end. And
Yes,
obviously, there's
exactly.
no one's going to agree to that. Like, a lot of people, but the
But they
weak
did.
players like Yeon-Woo did agree to that, which was crazy.
Yeah. A
And what
lot
do
of
you
the
think?
weak players did, but I think it was like a lot of them were like, yeah, let's do this for this game in the beginning. But then over time, they started to realize that it's not a good idea. But also, it's a game. Everyone's your
Yeah,
opponent. So for Orbit to come out with that was just
and
stupid.
there's going to be one winner who wins like the 200,000, and anyway. So,
Yeah. What we
um, so what did you think about the prize match for that for episode 1 and 2 was the cooperative
puzzle.
puzzle?
Oh yeah, where they had to spin around on the
Yeah, and they
merry-go-round
didn't do
thing.
it. They failed.
Yeah, they failed, but they kept
Guillaume
again, it
was
was
so good.
Orbit's influence because he kept saying like, "Oh no, you have to let the same
Yeah,
person get two in
he
a
kept
row." Do you remember
sabotaging
that?
everything. Okay.
And
Um,
it kept landing on Dong-Jae when he didn't do anything. Or
yeah,
what was it?
Orbit. What do you think
Joon-Bin.
about Orbit? Orbit's whole like strategy and everything, like how he explained it in the beginning. What are your thoughts?
I told you I didn't think it was right because
Yeah, neither did
they're
I. I thought he was like
opponents.
definitely he was the antagonist in this whole program. Like I think he
Well,
was the
I think he
antagonist.
turned around his. I think he was irritating in the beginning, but I think for a lot of the contestants, but I think like for the people that followed him, they obviously loved him
He was their
towards the
god.
end, their leader. Yeah, exactly. And they didn't have that. I just
Towards
thought they would
Orbit.
carry on. I thought that when I saw Orbit the first episode, I thought, oh my god, they're gonna have a fight and they're gonna carry on getting irritated and they're gonna push him out eventually. But it didn't really happen because I don't know how he
Because
lasted till the end.
I think because South Korea, everyone like likes to do the same thing and follow order. Like everyone, like like the way they dress and everything as well is really important. Like they have like this kind of they don't they
Synergy.
wear like monochrome colors, like black, white, grays, and things like that,
They're
and
like
green.
synergy of like everyone. Yeah,
And everyone
harmony,
has to be the
peace and
same. Yeah,
harmony.
yeah. And if you're not the same, then you're like outcasted, kind of thing. If you dare to think differently. Um,
Yeah, and the
but
Joon-Bin was his sleep part, like his
sleep partner.
bedroom buddy,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, bunk friends or whatever it's called,
What's it
dorm
called?
friends, dorm roommate.
Roommate, bedroom buddy. We went from bedroom buddy to
Okay.
roommate.
Okay, so they were. So I think they naturally had a bond, but also because they were both YouTubers, Joon-Bin felt like loyal to him. He kept saying like, "We've got to stick in it together," and so they made that alliance straight
Yeah,
away.
but
As
he did make it clear so many times that I don't want to do this strategy or that like
he
it's like
did
a dumb
try,
strategy.
but he wasn't forceful enough. And
But I
also
like how
that's
Joon-Bin
how.
kept playing. He kept like playing each team. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm going to be on this side," and then he like swapped, and then like,
That
he was just like
Yeah,
very like tricky. He was a tricky
he
one.
did. I think he was very confused
Whatever.
throughout the whole game. Like he
Yeah,
didn't know because he started talking to Dong-Jae.
yeah, but
Then he
I don't think he was confused. I think he was using whatever he could to get what to the end. Like
Yeah,
I think
and
he
then
was just using
him
everyone to get to the end.
and then he was like with Seung-kwan and it was confusing with this whole alliance thing. I don't
Okay,
know.
so back to the puzzle. Um, I think Guillaume was so good at that. He was the
Yes,
one solving everything
him and
really.
him and the lawyer
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
best.
Dong-Joo, that's Dong-Joo and the Dong-Jae. Okay, so then prison, it was Kyeong-Lim, Yim and Yoo-Min that went to prison. And then they figured out that puzzle. That's when they first found out that there's like this puzzle that you can get
Get
peace
peace.
from. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that
she
was
didn't
interesting.
figure it out.
Yeah, Kyeong-lim figured it out. And then episode 3 and 4, that was when there was like people. That's when we saw in like people plotting and planning and making alliances and stuff like that. That was the beginning of it. And then like they figured out also that the pieces. That's when Dong-Jae figured out the pieces were different. Like all the like that
Yeah,
they got another set of pieces from when they won last time.
that
So
there's something
yeah.
to do with the pieces.
And then the
Yeah,
main match was the rules race.
yeah, I
And
didn't get this.
you know,
Where they had to go around the board.
yeah, I thought it was like a Monopoly kind of thing, but you make up your own rules and you eliminate people and you do this and you do that. There was too many rules and it was too overwhelming. And
And
like you have to
especially with
kind of
that
remember
board
everything.
when they brought it on the screen, like that was just overwhelming in itself. Like,
Yeah, there was just so
and
much. And
obviously
like,
that's in Korean, so for us it was like even more extra layered and confusing.
and I thought it was amazing how Guillaume is actually able to like work at this high level in Korean. Like it's not his first language.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Do you
Um,
know more information about her?
no, I think he's like from like
How long has
the
he been
French
in
part of
Korea
Canada.
for?
I
Yeah,
think he's
but
from
how long has he been in
I think a long
Korea?
time he's been in South
Hmm.
Korea. So I think he's married to a South Korean woman as well. So maybe that's why. Like if you're immersed in the place, like you'd probably learn everything quicker. Um, and also, so he got eliminated from
After
that
that?
game. Yeah, after that game,
Oh yeah,
really
was that?
early on in episode 3 and 4, he got eliminated, and then there
Yeah,
was
but
like
that
lots
was
of
because
crying from
in
Dong-Jae
that
because
no, so
Dong-Jae
he
blamed
was in
himself.
yeah, that was an alliance with Dong-Jae, and basically that's when what was her name? The girl.
C1.
G1 started to become really desperate. You could see she was getting like really worked up about this game, and she was getting, and they were trying to do their best, like their little team with Seok-Jin and stuff, to like and Guillaume to like help her, and then it was Dong-Jae had his idea, but ultimately Guillaume was like quite quiet, and he wasn't
Guillaume.
fighting for himself. Guillaume, he wasn't fighting for himself. He should have like spoken up and instead of just going with the herd. Because he didn't deserve to go. Clearly,
I
he was the
know, it
smartest
was
one
so
from their
fucked
little
up
group and
because
smartest one from
it was
all of them.
all Orbit's fault. Like he should have let
Oh
it should
yeah,
have
and
been like natural selection. It should have been the weak should have been like weeded out.
yeah, that is when that game is when you really saw the divide, like the divide
Yeah,
between. That's when that
yeah,
they got really like ingrained that Orbit's team versus Dong-Jae's team or whatever. Yeah, so that was a very telling game, and people had a lot of hurt feelings after that. Especially, I think Seok-Jin and Siwon, they were like, why are they crying and so upset about Guillaume leaving because they did this to him? Do you remember?
yeah.
They were like they don't understand. You guys were like rooting for this, and you guys were like forcing us out and stuff. So yeah, and Dong-Jae was like crying and stuff at the end. Remember?
Yeah, yeah, that was so sad. And then you could also see like the hurt in like Seok-Jin and okay, don't cough into the mic, mate. Cough away. You
Sorry.
don't want people to get like hurt their ears.
Yeah.
That's why when I'm taking a bite of food, I'm like moving myself away from the mic so people don't hear me chewing
Oh,
in their ear.
really?
Yeah, I'm eating fruit. Okay. Anyway, so also you saw Seok-Jin and Siwon get like quite upset as well after that game. And then the prize match was Fragments of Memory.
I love this game.
But Siwon didn't get it, so she just thought that she could pass and come back. She didn't
Yeah.
realize that when you pass, because she was the first one, that you can't. That's it. You're out.
Yeah. This
And then
is
she
when,
realized after, and then it was too late. But
but it
then
was so good because
Dong-Joo was like really, really good, and she did the whole thing.
she did the whole thing, and they were all like sitting in their break room, and they were like,
But,
wow, because they kept passing each
yeah.
round. That meant
Is this
that she
when
was
you thought
real.
that? Oh, actually, she is clever.
No, I knew it from the puzzle game before,
Oh, okay. From the puzzle, she's clever.
but this one, she did so good. But I really like this game because I liked when they were trying to figure out all the story and like the
Yeah,
storyboard
yeah. How
and
people like do
like what time
association
he went
trees
for
and stuff like that.
surgery, and oh, he's the this person, and that's his
Yeah, because
name,
it
and he's
reminds
a
you of school, doesn't
chairman.
it? Like when you're like like school and like university, and when you're memorizing
Yeah,
stuff,
and the
like, you have to
gowns, like the
learn.
nurses have this gown and that.
Yeah, yeah. It really
It's fun.
reminds me of like school and university, like when you put things together to memorize things for like exams
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
feel
like
like we should do that in general. Like, it's a little game that you can do. It's like it's a dementia prevention game.
that. Okay. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Uh,
And then so then after that, who went to prison? Yeah, Yeon-Woo and what's her
no,
Yeon-Woo
no.
Kwon.
So,
No, Seungkwan, the idol. How do you say the name?
but after
Seungkwan.
what game? Because this was the
Seungkwan.
prize one. The Fragments of Memory was a prize one.
Yeah, but
So they
yeah,
went
they already
to
went to prison.
before that because the prison
Yeah,
people
so
can't
when
do the game.
Guillaume got eliminated, those two went to prison.
Oh yeah, who was it?
Seung-kwan and Yeon-Woo.
Oh yeah.
So you know the idol and the Go player, and then that's
And they
when
already knew that
Yeon-Woo,
there was something in there because when Kyeong-rim came back and Yoo-Min, they already told everyone about there's something in the
puzzle, that there's a
yeah.
puzzle
So
piece.
they looked for it straight away, and
Yeah, and they found it, and then
they couldn't do it, right? Or did
I,
Seung-kwan?
I don't think so. I don't think they did. I don't think they attempted. I think they tried, and they were like too hard. And then but
And who found the
Yeon-Woo,
safe? They found the safe.
yeah, Yeon-Woo found the safe in that one. She found the the keypad. She was like, this is a safe, and then
What,
she tried it.
Yanu?
Yeah, Yanu.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's move on to episode 5 and 6. So that's the main match was the secret number.
Oh, I hate this
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already hard, let alone adding all this math. Their version of elementary math is like our A
Yeah,
level.
but what actually happened? I can't remember what happened in the secret number thing. What was
It's
going
the
on
it's the
there?
numbers where you had to figure out your own number, deduce your own number, and try and find other people's numbers based on these maths
Oh,
equations. Remember, you got like a division and a multiplication, all these cards,
and
and
they
you go
broke
in the
up into
secret room,
they
and then you
broke
can
up
go with
into
a
groups.
partner into a secret room. Yeah,
But they broke up into groups again too, and then
yeah,
all but
but
took
you can choose.
everyone, and then those lot were by themselves. Yeah, so it was harder for
Yeah,
them. Yeah.
yeah.
And then yeah, so that was like hot. I didn't like watching that because the math was mathing. It was not mathing. I mean, it was just like too much
Math
math.
was not mapping at all
Mathing,
for me.
it was not mathing for me either.
Who went to prison after that?
And then the main
No, who
so
went to prison after that?
yeah, I'm just reading it. So that was Dong-Jae and Hye-sung got eliminated in that. They got eliminated, and it was so sad.
Oh, is that when she was crying? She was like, "Please help me!" And oh no, that's when
That's when Yoo-Min. That's when
Dong-Jae messed
Yoo-Min.
her up. Yeah,
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 Yoo-Min
you mean.
didn't understand what was going on, and then she was like, and then she got her friend eliminated. Remember?
But that is because what happened was Joon-Bin and all of them started thinking Dong-Jae was like playing some game and working with Yoo-Min and Hye-sung because he was trying to feed the other guys, his team, like Seok-Jin and them, information. And then Joon-Bin got into their ears and was like, "You can't trust him, da da da." And so that's where Yoo-Min made that decision.
Yeah, and then she
That's
got
where it
her
all
friend.
got screwed over.
She got her her roommate eliminated,
Yeah.
and then she was just like looking like this. She was making like weird faces.
Yeah.
Um,
After the heated match of the prior game where the division was so obvious, I think they went into that game like Orbit and Joon-Bin and all of them being like, obviously they're going to play together again. But do you remember we saw straight away from the beginning, Dong-Jae and Seok-Jin were like, let's play separately. Let's not
Yeah,
play
but
as a team.
they also decided to get the two girls in as well. Yoo-Min and who's the other girl, her roommate?
I couldn't follow all that. Like it was even parts of this. I couldn't follow like who went to
No,
who.
no,
Like it was very difficult.
no, not there, not in the game. I'm talking about before, like
Oh yeah,
in the
they were trying
evening
to
and in the
recruit.
morning they were
They've been
recruiting them.
recruiting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they were trying to
But
play
that
with
was
them.
part
They
of the
were.
plan. I think. Yeah,
But
Dong-Jae was like,
Joon-Bin was like, oh no, they're with them, they're with the baddies, they're with the outcasts, they're with the outcasts. Remember? That's why, and then he was like, no, then that's why it all got complicated and confusing because they didn't.
I don't know.
Everyone was like in limbo.
It was all a bit crazy.
Okay,
So who went
then
to
the
Rosie?
prize match. The prize match was the word tower. I thought they did really well. That's not even their
Oh,
language.
I
But
like that
they
game
had
too.
like yeah, and but C1 won it at the end. She did butterfly, and she was like, "I got butterfly, saw it straight away, saw it straight away."
It was so stressful. Like some of them, there was like one of the ones that they only had like 30 seconds left. But
Yeah,
they were hard games in terms of like the prize money games. It was really difficult because they could only make one mistake and they'd lose everything.
yeah.
Like I thought the risk was so big.
Yeah. It was
That's
too
why
much.
they lost the puzzle game because they made like one mistake. They got it wrong. They didn't do it in time or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that
like it was
was
all
too hard,
timed.
and that was way too hard to do.
But even the other one was hard because the words, you have to use all the words. They have to be the right amount. Like you can't just make words up. You had to use the blocks and all the blocks in order to make
Oh
the
yeah,
words
yeah,
up. So if you
yeah,
get
yeah,
one wrong, then they had to put them back, and it was so stressful. Like
yeah,
because they thought country, and they were quite smart. Like Switching straight away was like he noticed the letters coming in, and he was like, "Oh, countries." And do you remember they were like, "It must be
yeah,
countries. It must be vegetables or fruits or whatever."
yeah. But
Um,
I was surprised that the native English speakers didn't do very well, like uh Dong-Joo and the lawyer Dong-Joo and
and they're not
Yoo-Min.
native, but they
Yeah,
speak.
they are
They live there.
native. They're born in America and they work and
Are
like
they?
live in America. Yeah,
Oh, I
they're
didn't know that. I
American.
thought they just lived there.
No, they work there and they live there. What do
Yeah,
you
but
mean
that doesn't
they
mean
just
they're
live there?
native. I think they're born.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not
born
born
there
there.
as well.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I just thought they lived there.
No, because they've got like multiple degrees from that country and they like live there.
So they moved
I
from
think they live
Korea.
there. No, I
I
mean
bet if you researched it, you
I
know.
think they're born there. I think they're born there.
I don't.
Let me just check this now. Okay.
But
Uh,
no, but
the
I don't think it helps. I don't
repeat.
think it helps just because you speak English because I was doing it along with them, and
Yeah, it was really hard.
towards
But
the
they had a
end,
longer time. It was all edited, so they had it probably a bit longer than us.
because the
Like,
thing is,
so it would
like
have
I
been
said,
quicker.
you have to use all the blocks like the right amount of blocks. You can't miss any out. So you can think about so many animals, but if they don't fit the blocks, it doesn't work. So you have to keep putting it back, and that's what ends up making you stressed because
I know
there
what
are
you mean.
infinite amount of animals. Um. Anyway, so I don't know who got eliminated from that game as well. What was it?
Um,
Did you
who got
find out?
eliminated? Okay, eliminated from
Got
that
eliminated.
game. What was the game again?
The secret
Uh,
number one. Oh
secret.
yeah, yeah, it was. We
No,
talked
not
about who went
not
to prison.
the power. The secret number. Dong-Jae and Hye-sung got eliminated, and they won the word tower game, and then went to prison was Joon-Bin and Yeon-Woo again. I mean, wasn't
And
Yeon-Woo? Yeah.
Dong-Jae got eliminated then
Yeah, Dong-Jae, yeah, and
in the secret
Hee-sung,
number
they
game.
both got
Oh,
eliminated
okay.
because he had to give his piece back. Because remember they were like, the last two players have to give four pieces, and he didn't have enough. They had
Just
to give
felt
the
like he was
pieces
there
back.
for longer. He
Yeah,
is but he was another one that I thought would go really far because of how well he did in the virus game. So
yeah,
I
but
was quite
that's
shocked
what
that
they
he
were
left them.
targeting him.
Yeah, yeah, I know, I
That's
know.
why.
What I'm saying is that I was surprised that he left then.
But
Like the
I
people
also,
that are good kept leaving, and I was like, what's the point? You know?
if I was skimming through the whole thing, and I also realized that maybe Orbit's strategy wasn't as like, wholesome as everyone thinks. He was
No,
trying
that's
to
what I was coming across. That's what
no,
Seok-Jin was saying in the
no,
beginning. He was
not
saying
that.
like, why is he doing that? Is it
Yeah,
for himself?
yeah, for himself.
He's
I feel
got a
like it was
plan.
for himself. He weeded out. He's trying to get the collective to get rid of all the
Weak.
top players,
Yeah.
and he keeps a weak player, so then he can
Did he win
obviously
then?
win in the end.
Yeah.
But he's trying to come across like he's doing like savior work, like he's being a savior, and like, you know, I feel like it could have like I think it was kind of like very evil and strategic, because in the end when he was playing Seok-Jin, he looked really evil and strategic. You know, the way he was moving and like the way he was talking, even behind the scenes, the way
He
he
was
was
so
talking every day.
nervous. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I felt like he was really evil and strategic. Anyway, we'll get to that. So yeah, so he was who did I say? Yeah,
He went to
Yeon-Woo and
prison.
Joon-Bin went. And Joon-Bin was like, you know,
Oh
when he
yeah.
woke up in the morning, he was like all disheveled like usual, you know,
Yeah. He
feeling
was
like
like they
that.
kept showing him
And
sleeping
then
gently
his whole
everywhere.
top was
Like
open. Then like the lights went on. He quickly covered it. Quickly covered his belly with a blanket.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
hilarious. And he was like, I like to see you wear because Yeon-Woo was there.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
the food looked delicious,
It's fine.
and they all complimented the porridge as well in the morning. So it wasn't so bad,
Hmm.
apart from the bread and everything.
But
So yeah, Joon-Bin and him went to prison, and then the next day, episode 7 and 8, the main match was the zoo match, zoo thing. That was
yeah, I
weird
hated
as
this
well. I didn't
stuff.
like that game. And then the prize
Oh, I
match
didn't.
was the
Who
prison.
went to prison after that?
I
Who got
don't know who got
eliminated after
eliminated.
Zoo?
I can't remember, but the prize, the prison was Siwon and Seungkwan. They went to prison. Seungkwan, and Siwon went to prison. Uh, so
Yeah.
yeah,
This
they
is where they
shared a
started to
bond, but
form a
he
bond.
quickly
They
jumped back
bonded
into
over that.
like he was like, yeah, I'm gonna turn a page. Basically, she was like, oh, like you finally seen the light.
Someone was
Yeah,
a
because
bit
he
of
was just
a
like,
wild
oh, I'm
card in
scared.
terms of
Oh, I'm scared.
where he was
You know,
going.
he's like really like finicky and like, you know, like, oh, I'm scared. I'm just gonna go to orbit side because he's gonna protect me, that kind of thing. Like,
But Seok-Jin got not Seok-Jin, Siwon got a bit of like a lease of like I think when she went
yeah,
to
but she
prison it
realized.
perked her up. Like she
Oh
was
no,
like, I'm
okay.
in a
In
fighting
between all
spirit
this, yeah,
when
Seok-Jin,
she came
before they
out.
went to prison, the night before, they went to Seok-Jin and her realized that the pieces go together, fit together. They're talking at night, remember? And then they figured that out, how to put the pieces together. And they were like jumping up and down in the
Oh,
bed
that's
like at
when she
2
talked.
a.m. At night, and they were like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
And then yeah, they were in Seok-Jin's room. And
And she went to
then she went to
prison.
prison, and then she told Seungkwan. Yeah, yeah.
She wanted to go to prison the whole time, she said, because she wanted
And
to figure out
yeah.
what
But then
like
at
she thought
prison,
there
when
was
she went to
something
prison,
there.
she like stayed up all night to also do the like puzzle because she needed the extra piece as well. She was like you need it. She
She
understands the
ended up
importance
doing.
of having pieces and things like that because you can get eliminated at any point.
So she
Yeah.
did it. She got the piece, but she
Yeah.
also saw the
And she's
safe.
yeah,
So
and then she's like, I already
someone
know
told
how
her
to
about the
open
safe,
it, but I
and
need
she
another
realized the
piece.
number.
But then while she was doing all that night, what's his name, Seok-Jin was in his room and he figured out like what all the words meant next year. It was like next year.
Next week, the
And then
puzzle.
he realized, so that's the combination. I mean, he realized it was 2024. And so
2024. Yeah.
then like he could put the
Yeah.
pieces of the puzzle together. Like so then okay. So then we're moving on, and so that was okay, C1 and okay, so then episode 9 and 10, the main match was
Wait.
okay, prize
The
game. Okay,
prize
oh
game
yeah,
after
prize match
Zoo
was
was
scale game. I can't
L.
remember what that was. Can you enlighten me?
That was where they had to be in different rooms and they had a computer screen in front of them and they had to figure out the weight of
Oh
all
yeah,
these
that was
different
so
pieces
confusing.
on a scale. Like that,
Yeah, I
but
understood
I
it.
understood
I
it
couldn't
and
do
I
it, but
could get it if I had enough time, I think. I couldn't do it in that context, but maybe on my own if I didn't have
no,
to
that's the
rely on
whole
other
point. You
people.
have to like rely on other people.
No, but you can't tell them. Like if I was in a team with them, I'd be like, no, don't put that on because that's what messed them up, and they didn't end up getting the money because what's her name was Dong-Joo kept
Yeah, yeah.
making mistakes, the lawyer. And it was like, why was she doing that? And they were like, why is she doing that? It doesn't make sense. Like,
They
if they
can't.
had a
That's
whole
the whole point of the
conversation,
game.
she wouldn't have
That's the
done
whole
that.
point of
So
the game. You
relying
can't
on
have
other
conversations.
people. No, I know. That's what I mean. I wouldn't like that game I could do it, but I think it would take me time, and I don't think I could do it with,
Yeah.
obviously, everyone.
Okay.
But that would be a much easier
Then
game.
episode
So
9 and 10, the main match was laying grass. What do you think about that game?
that was the
No,
Go
it was
game,
the laying
right?
grass. You know, they had those pieces of like grass thing that they had to put down. It was like a green thing, and
Yeah, so they were saying
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. And
go
then they
for
had to
Yeon-Woo,
like square people off with the pieces. Yeah, yeah, she
but
was
she
still
was
crying.
crap anyway.
I
Still,
don't know, was she like switching her brain off and taking like a vacation from like everything? Like I feel like she never, there was not a moment when I thought, wow, like this person deserves to be here.
she had really nothing going for
Yeah.
her. I don't know why she was there.
How was she good at Go as well? She
And,
seemed like she had
yeah,
no strategy
she was.
behind her as well.
And then she was like, so she was in that moment. She'd formed like this alliance because she's
Yeah.
roommates with Shiwan, so they formed this little bond, and she was trying to help Shiwan. And their thing was Shiwan was trying to go at orbit, like she said from the beginning of this game, like let's try and get orbit. And it became a bit of a battle,
They nearly got him. They nearly
but
got him at that
you only
point.
end up
It looked
leaving,
like
right?
he was going to be gone at that point. Yeah. Also, and then
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
getting all sad. Orbit was getting all sad.
So
Remember, like he was like, yeah. Like there's loads of points where he thought he was.
they had some funny music for each, like
Yeah.
for him at times, didn't they? Like specific music for him. And some
Who
other
got
people maybe,
eliminated
but
in that game?
yeah. So
Oh, yeah, was it just
that's
her
when
or no?
Yeon-Woo left, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So
I think so.
then wait, hang on.
And then
Yeah.
the
What was the
game for
yeah, the prize match was
prison.
montage. I can't remember what that was. Montage, the prize match.
No, montage was when they saw the faces and they had
Oh
to
yeah,
say
that was
which one
so
was the
difficult
repeat
because the faces were only
of
there
the
for 5
face.
seconds.
I really liked that game as well.
What?
No, I know, but I
I was
liked it.
frustrated by
I
it.
liked it. Like I was playing along with it, and it's and
No,
another thing where you can
I
really play
played along
along.
with it.
Like
I
I
got
like
some of
games where
them.
you can play
But
along.
also it was
Yeah.
so fast, and it was like everyone because they kept repeating the same. Like the next one, the next game was the same faces, so you get so confused.
Some of them they
Yeah.
had very similar faces. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of it. But it was like they were like, oh, they've done old people now. They're gonna do like, oh, it's gonna be middle-aged people now. Now it's gonna be kids, and
And you're
it was
still
so
thinking about
funny.
the other ones from
But
the last game,
they
but
did
it's confusing because you're
do
thinking about
well.
the last
They
one
got
from
the
the
money.
last game, and then you're mixed with the new one. So that's like the first one I got like really well, and then the second one like everything gets like all like muddled up in your head. You know what I mean? Okay, so
Yeah.
then I think who went to prison? I think it was Siwon and
So
then
who went to
Seok-Jin
prison
went to
then?
prison. I think that's when Siwon went to prison.
That's when Seok-Jin
Yeah.
put himself in prison on purpose because he wanted
Yeah,
to go in
and he
because
didn't
he
have a
knows
chance
the
to
code
talk
for the
to
safe.
what's her name about it? C1 about it because she was in prison the night before, so they had no like meeting point to talk. So he had that was the only way. Yeah,
So
this is the
until
only
they
way
got
that they
back
could
in
do
prison.
it. Yeah. So and that was a really good move that they both did there. And
They
then
took
the next next episodes were
no, so they went
prison,
into
and then
the
he told her about
prison
it.
and he explained.
Like he
They
told her it
went
was
to the
next
safe
yeah, and they
and
opened
they
the
went to
safe
the
and
safe
everything.
and they went
Yeah,
down. It
I
was
was
like
like
another
so shocked that
pathway.
there was like I thought they'd when they opened the safe. What did you think would happen when they opened the safe? No, I just thought they'd
Pieces.
like it was like get out of jail free card. Like that's how you get out of jail, prison.
Okay, yeah.
But did
So
you expect like that thing, like that
there's
Naruto
no
thing? They
benefit
went
to
in there
that
and they
because
switched on the
you have to.
light, and then they could see in there, and they went down this tunnel, and um
Yeah, there was a room and it basically said like the whole like only enter here if you want to. There's a chance that you can you will either leave or you'll get 10 pieces. You gain 10 pieces or you don't. And they basically ended up saying we'll both try it. They ended
no,
up going
she
in and
ended
it
up
was a game
C1
of
said she'll do it because
three
she's
in
the
a
one who
row.
figured out most of it.
She
So
won
he
first.
goes, yeah, you
Yeah,
can do it first.
you go first and then she was like I'll but it's always a
No,
disadvantage
because
whoever goes
you
first,
don't
right?
get
Like I
to
think the second person is
you don't get to discuss it after. There's no disadvantage really. But he got
no,
to
I
see
know.
inside
But
when she went in. He was standing there. He was standing there.
yeah, you got to see
Like
what it
he got
was.
yeah
No, he knows what it
yeah.
was. It was a big advantage because he came back
But
into
not
the
really
room and he
because
was
it was
like
so
going
difficult
over it
because it was
strategy wise.
AI. They played against AI. You know that's next to
No, I
impossible
know
to
they played
win.
against AI, but still, he still practiced before he went in.
Yeah. But
He
he
was sitting
like
there on
when
the
she got
desk, like
eliminated,
doing
like
the
they did
strategy.
a dong and she got eliminated and he cried. He
I
cried. It was
can't,
like so
I can't say
emotional. It was like
bye.
she died. He was like I felt like she died.
Okay, so this is a side story. What is going
Yeah,
on?
I
Is
thought
there
like
some
literally they
relationship
should
between
be
them? I
like
think that's what they
together.
were trying
I
to.
think they're both single still.
I think
No,
they're
no,
probably
he's
married
not.
originally, but the
He's
way they
single.
made it come across is like Or was
No,
it like a
no,
brother
it
and
looked like
sister
there was
thing? I don't
chemistry.
know.
Okay,
I didn't know what
like
they were
I
getting
would definitely like be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be with him, and she would probably he would probably be like, I'm gonna be with her. Like, is it definitely it's like a K
at. Is that
drama?
what the producers were, the
No,
directors were like
I don't.
trying to get at?
No,
Like they
but
were
you
doing it
could
on
tell
purpose? I
like
don't
it looked
understand.
like they were like, come on, there was chemistry there. I'm not gonna like beat around the bush. Yeah, was there or not? Did you
Yeah.
expect there to be chemistry?
Yeah.
Did you expect there to be a
Yeah.
relationship at the end of this? I did.
No, because I just thought like
They
they're
went
just
through a
showing it
struggle
like
together.
that, but then
They
I
went
bet
through
they
a
have their
struggle
own
together,
lives.
so
Like,
you know, like that
huh?
bonds you kind of thing.
Yeah, I know, but what there's not the assumption
No,
that
no.
they're just single is
Seok-Jin
not
has, you know,
like
after
you're
the
getting it.
show, I watched to see if they were like together or not. And he's single. He's
Did
no,
anyone
no, no. He's
explain?
single,
Do they
but
talk about
as in he's single or not talking about like if he's like dating someone, he's not
it?
talking
Okay.
about. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, so obviously
Yeah.
she got eliminated because she didn't do the three in a row. She didn't beat the AI, and then he spent the whole night like he realized he knows that she's left, and he got really sad about it because he felt like he should have gone first. And then he spent the whole night and he tried to sleep, but he couldn't sleep, and he woke up like he didn't get any sleep that night. I really felt for him. Like I was like in it, like thinking like you're worrying and waking up, and then he put the light on, and then it was like time to go and do the it was early morning and he had to go and do his play the game. And I
I
was
know.
like, how
I
are you
was
going
like
to
so
do this with no
stressed for him.
sleep?
And then he went
Then
off
he
and
did
played
it.
the main match as well straight after that. Like he is like a brilliant. He has a brilliant, brilliant mind.
He is very, he is brilliant, like honestly, because he's got everything. He's like
He's an
calm, he's
actor. He's
strategic,
like
he is
he's
smart,
good
he is
looking.
like,
Everything.
yeah, he's got it all.
Wow.
I
I just thought
honestly,
what amazing. Like
um,
you don't get people that are like all rounders like that ever. But so he's so like brilliant, but and
yeah,
he's like so calm and collected. Like he really thinks before he speaks as well.
yeah, and he's not a follower. He like does his own thing. He was kind of like a
Yeah, and
lone wolf a
also
little bit for a lot of it. Like
he
he
was
used people when
very
he needed to, but
yeah,
he never disloyal to anyone either. Like he made bonds with Xian and Dong-Jae and stuff, but
yeah,
he
and
never
also
actually
in the
backstabbed
beginning, you know,
them.
when he won his like when he won the first game, he gave his pieces to Dong-Jae and to Siwon because
Yeah,
he was like, I know you guys helped me a lot and like uh in this game, but you guys didn't get the pieces, and I think it's only right that I give these to you. So that was like he did
yeah.
that out of his kind of his heart and stuff
Oh
like that.
yeah,
He
yeah,
felt like,
yeah.
you know, a connection with them.
That's what I found weird. Throughout the game, the whole thing of like you can give your pieces away. Like again, that's part of the nature of like, oh, we're in it together. But some of them had two pieces at one point and were
Yeah, I
giving
know,
it
but
away.
they felt like
Like
really
I
connected
was
to
like,
these people.
you're
They felt
stupid.
like that much of a strong bond. So I know,
But
like you
what are
want
you
that
here for?
200,000 for yourself, you know. I think
Like, what
everything.
ultimately, what are you here for? Even if you didn't
I
have
think
200,000, we're trying
because
to win
they're
a
like in
game.
this
That's not the
like
way to win a
little
game.
like tin box environment, that everything becomes like really like clouded. They're like their you know their thoughts and stuff.
Like, did they have no actual natural air? They have. Is it all like you need some like air?
Oh my
They're
god,
probably going
the
crazy.
next
It's
the
like being
next
stuck in
season
an
is
airplane
like
for
so
like
wild and crazy.
days.
If you want to talk about air.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did
Okay,
look up.
so
Seok-Jin is not married.
like they do need to come up to breathe. I felt like they
Seok-Jin's
were
not
stuck in a
married and
basement,
he's
huh?
single, even right now.
Okay. So Seok-Jin ends up winning the game and he gets 10 pieces in one hit. And obviously everyone else doesn't know. So they're all in the living room and it comes up on the screen that, oh, Xian has been
Yeah,
eliminated
they're
from the game. And
freaking
they're
out.
all like, what? They're in prison. How can that
Yeah,
happen?
they're like, how
That was
can you get
quite
eliminated in
interesting.
prison?
And
They're
then
like,
they
they don't
didn't
understand.
know. Yeah. So then they were going to the next game, and that's when Seok-Jin came out, and then he was like, they were like, "What happened? How did she go?" And then they didn't even realize that he'd won 10 pieces, but he was so cool about
Mm.
it, he didn't say anything. And then it came up on the screen. We're just doing a recap of how many pieces everyone has, and his one came up as like 12, and they were all like, "Whoa!" Like that's crazy. And he was. Do
Yeah,
you remember he actually went back to see it from far and see everyone's reaction? I think he did that to see everyone's reaction when it came up with 12 pieces because he didn't want to be like, "What are you looking at?" So he stood back and he was like,
yeah,
"Let's see
that
how
was
everyone
very
reacts to
analytical
this."
as well.
Which is quite cool.
Also, like, what did you think when
Yeah.
he went in there? Like, that was so stressful as well. I was like, they can't eliminate him. They can't. Like, he's worked so hard for this, and like, there's only one of them left of the like the good guys. There's only like one of them there. No,
Oh,
when
she won when she got
Seok-Jin went
eliminated.
in, like I was like like I had like thoughts
Went in
when he
where?
went into the game with the AI. That was so stressful. Like I was
Oh
like
yeah,
on the
yeah,
edge of my
yeah.
seat. Like, didn't you
It
feel
was
like sad
stressful.
when he was crying and stuff, or like when Thingy got eliminated? I felt so like when but
Because
when
it was blind, wasn't it? I don't know how they did that because you couldn't see the color pieces. You had to remember
yeah.
where you put stuff as well. That was
Oh my
so
God,
hard.
that was like so stressful. I was trying to like
Like playing that,
yeah, I was trying to follow
like with the
along, but it
color,
was
seeing the
so
colors
difficult
is
because
hard.
you can't remember.
It's like noughts and crosses basically, but
How did
with colors, right? And you can use loads of different colors. And then that's the other thing; they could use loads of different colors. That's
yeah, but how did that
crazy.
girl that was
That
playing
is
the
actually
AI
crazy.
like know the moves? Like where was the screen that she could see that to see what the AI telling her?
Oh no, you're talking about no. This was the guy in the thing. You couldn't see. He was just wearing like a Scream outfit, not like Scream, but like a hood. You're talking about the girl with the other game when they did three in a row. That was the game with when they were in separate rooms.
No, I'm talking about that's how
That was the
it
game where
wasn't a
they
guy, it was a girl like sitting there
was that
in a chair.
girl. Oh, how can you tell?
And it was like she had like coloured
Who
contacts
changed them
on,
up?
and she was meant to be the AI.
I thought it was a
Hang on, let
guy.
me just check that.
Are
Go
you
on,
sure?
you
Okay.
carry on talking.
But they might have
Um,
changed it for the second half, like for him and her. They could have been different, different people. Anyway,
what was the game
so
again? What was that
then
game
they
again
went into the
that they played?
blind three in a row or something,
Hmm.
four in a row, blind five in a row.
Um,
It doesn't matter if it was a guy or girl. It doesn't matter. Um, so then we go into the poker game, not the poker game, but like
hang on, let me just find out what that game's called.
not the poker, but wait, it's not
Yeah,
important
let me
if it
just
was a
see what
girl
that
or a
game
guy.
is called. That game is actually called not that game. I'm talking about the new game that you're talking about. It's called High-Low Equation. High-Low
The
Equations.
crazy.
Equations high-low.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
21,
it's like
but
21 or bust. Yeah, basically. That's what I
equations
thought it
high low.
was, like 21 or bust. And
But they had to be
but for clever
low or
people.
high. Zero. They had to make one or they had to make 1 or 21 or something. One or they had to make two numbers, and you can choose if your cards they all get a bunch of numbers, and they have to use pluses or minuses, and they can take them away. The dealer can take away the multiplication or whatever, and you have to make closest to the low number, which is one, or closest to the high number. Then you all bid for I'm going for one, I'm bidding for low one, I'm bidding for that. And whoever gets closest to that number wins the chips, right? But all
It's
the
like
chips
poker.
basically were
21 or bust poker.
equivalent to the many pieces that you have. Yeah, they're equivalent. Your chips were like for every one piece you have, you get like 5 chips or something. And so obviously Seok-Jin had 12 pieces, so he had the most. So he was never really going to get eliminated in this. But it went on for ages. Apparently, they were there for 5 hours. I think I remember at one point they were saying, like, we've been here for like 6 hours.
Yeah,
That
but
is such a long game. They were playing for six hours.
I'm not surprised because
Anyway, I thought Orbit
yeah,
was going to
Orbit
go,
thought, and
didn't
then Orbit's
you?
like acting all
And then he managed
sad
to turn it around.
and then he just like by luck he made it a few times.
Yeah. And I think that's when Joon-Bin really got like disheartened and he was like, okay, forget it. Like, I think he kind of just like
No, but
took
okay, so
himself out of
everyone
the
got
game
eliminated one by
almost
one here, isn't
because
it? Everyone got
Orbit
eliminated
turned it
one by
around.
one slowly. So who went first?
Yeah. This is where
Who?
Yoo-Min got eliminated.
Human. Yeah, Seungkwan,
Seung-kwan, Yoo-Min,
also Joon-Bin.
and then Dong-Jae,
No, not
Dong-Joo.
Dong-Joo, and it was Dong-Joo, and there were three of them left. Remember?
Oh no no
Yeah,
no 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 no! They were there still. Yeah, it was then
Joon-Bin,
Joon-Bin. That was okay.
Seungkwan, and
That was
someone
two of
else
them.
got eliminated. Yoo-Min. Yeah, they all got
Yoo-Min.
eliminated, and everyone was sad each time one of them left.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else that we're missing out? No.
No. So those. So then it became Orbit, Dong-Joo, and Seok-Jin that still remained, and then they had to play another
Seungkwan,
last game
he
before.
only got to there. He's a dummy, but he only got there because like he was just like piggy banking off like Orbit and everyone else, and he spent a lot of time in prison, so he never got Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he deserved to be there.
So,
I think Dong-Jae and Guillaume and C1, they all deserve to be in that, that poker game at the end
yeah,
that
they were all
Orbit
the,
got rid of. It's not fair.
yeah,
Stupid Orbit.
yeah. But Dong-Joo did
Yeah,
deserve to
Dong-Ju
be there
did.
probably as well,
Yeah, no,
but it's not Orbit. So then they played the money game, the
it
prize
was
match, which was the
yeah, it was four
four
players, three in
player
a row.
three in a row. And this is where they had to be the four players. So there was only
Oh
three
yeah,
of them,
yeah.
but then they
There was
had
Dong-Jae. It was
a
Dong-Jae was there, yeah.
professional something player.
Not Dong-Jae,
Or
Dong-Ju. Yeah, Dong-Ju was there.
Ju. Yeah. Yeah. So then they had an added player, a professional something player,
Yeah, yeah,
gamer or something, who joined in one room. So they all separate in different rooms and they had to play their
yeah. And no
moves.
one knew who she was.
They had someone sitting in front of them that would show them the move that the previous person played. And anyway, Dong-Ju ended up. No, Orbit made a mistake, which meant they didn't get the money, and also Dong-Ju ended up leaving because Seok-Jin won 2 in a row or 3 in a row or
Yeah, but
something like
how
that.
did
So
he manage to
he got
do this
through.
on no sleep?
And
One after the other. Like, remember he was up
I
all
know.
night and he beat the
And then
AI.
and
Then
then
he beat everyone in the poker 21 or bus poker situation with equations. Then he beat everyone in this. Like, what was he on? And he had no food.
yeah, and you
She
know
had
what?
hardly any food.
Thinking about it, the safe was not you know what ended up happening from the safe, it was not really a benefit.
It
I don't
was.
know. Like, I mean, it is a benefit to get the 12 pieces, but it's
Yeah,
very high risk. So, if you were in that position, some people may have just said we don't want to do it.
yeah.
And at one point I thought he might
He
be
did it
like,
out
I'm
of
not going to
pride.
do it,
No, he did
because
it.
he would have backed himself to be like,
Yeah, but
I'll get to the end on
yeah, but
my own merit, like I'll be able to do
he said
it,
he was
because
gonna
this was
do it
too
because
risky.
to avenge
Because
C1
yeah.
because he felt like she got
Yeah,
killed
yeah,
or something.
yeah. I get it, but what I mean is he ended up doing, everyone played games, but he did the most games
Yeah.
because he did that extra added game.
Okay, so then it's the next day, and then everyone came back. I thought that was amazing. I loved that they made everyone come back, and like they talked to them and stuff like that, and like everyone had their teams who they wanted.
Yeah, the fact that they get
Yeah,
to
we
watch
had like
them play
breakfast with them and
I
everything.
like
It was like
the
amazing.
commentary. Yeah, I like them commentating
Yeah,
on watching the two of them,
but
Orbit
like
and
even before that,
Seok-Jin.
they gave them advice and things like that, and they were like hugging them, and like before they went.
This is where Siwon and Seok-Jin had a bit more extra chemistry and stuff, because he was like,
Like
he
I
looked
thought
at
you
her when he saw
died.
her
I
and he
felt
was
like you
like,
died.
ah.
Like he was like,
Yeah. But then they kept saying as well, like, see you. Sometimes, like, they were saying, oh, see you tomorrow. When everyone was leaving, the last set of people going, they were like, see you tomorrow. So I thought they either knew, or I felt like they were having like a party, after, not a party, but like, get together
yeah, they
after
probably would.
everything
Like
filmed,
meet
stopped
up for
filming,
drinks
and the
and stuff
game's
like that.
over.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. The
soju,
soju.
mixed,
Yeah.
mixed and soju.
Soju meet up. Yeah. So, what did you think about the 3 games like they had to play to be the
Well,
winner?
Seok-Jin beat Orbit fair and square in 2, so they didn't have to play the third. The hexagon one, I can't remember that one, but I
Yeah.
just remember the 9-man's Morse. And that was stressful because it looked like Orbit was
9 man's
winning first,
Morris.
and
Yeah.
then Seok-Jin won it ultimately.
It was like best of 3 or something. Yeah. But that is what is really amazing about
He's
Seok-Jin as well. Like
adaptable,
he
malleable.
can
He's very
learn
like
from defeat. He's
yeah,
very good at learning from
on his
defeat.
feet.
Like,
He's able to adapt on his feet.
yeah, like in the moment, he knows what mistakes he makes and he can correct them and then
Yeah.
excel.
That's
Like,
very,
that's
very intelligent.
really
That's like an
smart.
AI level. I can't believe he beat the AI. That was, not even even like, professional chess players can't beat the AI. So him beating the AI is like, I just thought,
Yeah.
wow, that was like fucking amazing.
Yeah. So he beat him in
Hexagon.
that, and then he
It's
beat
called
him in
Hexagon.
the.
I can't
Oh
remember the
yeah,
name.
the hexagon game. Like,
What
I
happened
like
in
this
this
game
game?
as well, but it was
Because I
so
can't remember it at all.
stressful. This is where they have all these numbers, and then they were given a number. They had to do 3 in a row. They was hidden. The numbers became hidden, and then they were given a target number, and they had to think about the numbers in a row, add them together to make the number. So you could
Oh
go
yeah, yeah,
diagonal,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
sideways,
yeah. It was kind of like
however.
Sudoku.
That was crazy. So then they had to have a technique of like, so basically Seok-Jin used a technique of using the
Yeah,
crossing over, like getting X and learning all those numbers and hoping,
yeah,
because you can't memorize all them. But in the beginning, Orbit tried to memorize everything and it was going against him. So I like came up with my own little
yeah.
strategy.
I got a few of
But
these things as well.
I'm looking at the top
Surprisingly,
and
I
bottom
got a
and then
few
the
of the
middle.
answers
Yeah,
right as well, and
yeah,
then it was just overwhelming for me after.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
was in the beginning
yeah,
he'd get
yeah.
them right, but it did get harder and harder when the numbers got bigger. So but they
Well,
did
when
so
you're
well. But
pausing
the
it,
thing with this was that Orbit just kept going because out of his panic, he kept going. So he kept losing a point. So that was
yeah,
what was beneficial to Seok-Jin because Seok-Jin's so calm. He was like, I'm not going to do anything. I don't know the answer. So he didn't lose a lot of points. And that was to his advantage. Whereas Orbit just kept going and kept losing. And that's
yeah.
ultimately what made
His
him win that
downfall was
game as
that
well, Seok-Jin. It's not like
Orbit's
he,
downfall.
yeah, exactly. So and remember,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
even threw up at one point. Orbit said he was like, "I went to the toilet to throw up, threw up."
There's a lot of stress and Gibson makes it well.
They used a little bit of that nine men's Morris. They were using a bit of like talking tactics because they were like, Orbit was like, "You can't do anything now," and he was like, they kept having
Yeah,
some sort
Orbit
of
was
like
really
battles
giving it to
of the
Seok-Jin hard in Nine Man's Morse. Like he was really like attacking him, and you could really see his
yeah.
like his like vengeful like calculating evil side coming out. He really let it out there.
But and you can see in the room where everyone's watching on the TV in the living room area, like you could see
Yeah,
the divide in the teams again. Like Dong-Jae and Siwon were like, "Come on, you can do this" to like Seok-Jin, and the rest of them were like, "Oh, but come on, you've got this" and stuff. So, but I think even if they look back on it themselves and watch the whole thing, like people like Joon-Bin and Seung-kwan and stuff, they all realize that Seok-Jin was the
yeah.
ultimate,
He was
like
like
he
the
was
hero of
the
the
best
show. He was
player.
like,
He was
yeah,
the best, the most intelligent. He was
yeah.
the best. He
I
did
wanted him to
extra
win
game. He
from the
did an extra
beginning.
game. He really
Yeah, I
worked
wanted him
his
from to win
arse off for
win from the
this
beginning because I noticed from the very first game, the Wink murder game, I forgot what it's called, a virus game.
virus.
That he was
Virus.
like so like he was clever and he was very like calm under pressure. He also was like he was like really he noticed everything. Like people that notice everything, like I find them very very like they're the best. Plus he's so analytical and everything, and
Yeah.
it all came together. And what have we learned from Seok-Jin? What have we learned? That
What do you mean?
still waters run deep. So like the calmer you are in like panic situations, the better. Okay, we should all try that. I know you're thinking you need
Yeah.
that. I know you're thinking
You
you
could
need
really
that,
tell in that last
and I
game.
think you need that too.
In the final in the finale game, they definitely you could really tell like there was a big difference in character of Orbit versus Seok-Jin, where
But
Seok-Jin
also,
was so calm and Orbit was like very in a
yeah, but
frenzy.
also
You could really tell the difference,
Seok-Jin never
and that's
ever was
how.
like evil
Yeah.
towards anyone. Whereas, yeah,
No, that's what I
yeah,
was saying. He
he
didn't
stayed the
backstab anyone.
same
He did it all the
throughout.
right
He was
way.
a constant.
He worked on his own. He was a bit of a lone wolf at
Yeah,
times.
but he's very
He did his own
constant,
thing.
like
Like he
very
was
constant,
loyal
and
in
he
some.
didn't feel like the need that he needed to be in a certain group for a certain reason or anything. He was very logical about everything. He thought
Yeah,
about things very like wisely and yeah, yeah. I'd love to meet
methodical. Yeah,
Seok-Jin.
yeah, yeah.
Seok-Jin, if you want to come on the podcast, that would be amazing. Okay, okay. We're big fans. We're big fans of you, Seok-Jin. We're
Oh
very
my
big fans,
god.
aren't we? Yeah, yeah. Amazing
Yeah,
person.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really great. You've got Devil's Plan season 2, although you've seen it, it's got a lot to live up to in terms of like the winner has got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's what I
I'm
say.
so curious to think to find out what you think of like season 2 because it's very different, very different.
I'm gonna get on that.
Also, so how many
Yeah.
sojus? I'm gonna give.
Does it, wait, they go from 2023 to when was this last one filmed?
The
25?
no
They
one
did
one
like
year
2
gap.
years
It was
gap.
1 year gap. It was like when I watched it,
Pretty cool.
I watched it and then the next year.
Oh yeah, because the new
Yeah,
season's
yeah. That's
coming
why I
soon.
wanted you
It
to
says
watch
on there.
this. I wanted you to finish this so we can
Yes.
talk about season
Okay.
3.
Fine.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't.
I
It
thought
came
this
out
one
last
just
year.
came
It came
out
out last
season
year.
2. Sorry, I said that at the beginning.
Yeah. That's why I
Season 3 is coming out
wanted to
soon.
get this
Yeah.
done. Also, how many sojus should we give this? I get 10 sojus out of 10. 10 bottles of soju.
Okay.
I do. I thought it was
No,
amazing.
I'm gonna give it 8 because I think they need to improve on the games in terms of like viewership, in
Okay.
how
So
to keep
I'd
us
give
a
it
bit
9.
more
Yeah.
interested,
Yeah.
like in
That
the
it did lose
elimination
me.
games.
That all the explanations. It's too long. It's too long. 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I'll give it 9 because
Yeah,
that's
but
the
I
only
was like
one thing
blown
I
away
would
about
say
how
it needs
good
to
this was.
improve
And
on.
I wanted you to watch it when I first watched this because I thought, oh my God, you're going to be so good at the games and everything.
Can I get better food
Oh
cam
yeah,
images
we
of the
need,
food,
yeah.
the snacks, please? Like, can someone just
Oh
film
my
it so
God,
we know
the
what they're
food and the
having?
snacks and
Thanks.
everything.
Instead of just
Well,
getting a sneak peek. Like, if they could do a little segment of like, okay, so they're in their
they
break
also
rooms
had
and
a
they're
feast,
having
in the last,
sliders and this.
like
Thank you.
when they did that, a bit of zoom in on that, on the, in the last episode when everyone was coming together before the match, before the Orbit and Seok-Jin's showdown. They had that huge buffet and everything, and everyone was eating, and like even Seok-Jin and Orbit were eating and talking to everyone.
Oh, we didn't talk about Siwon and Dong-Joo kind of had like a bit of a mini fight, verbal fight. Do you remember
Dong-Joo,
when they
the
were in the
lawyer.
living room area?
No, I forgot what happened. Tell me, refresh
Yeah,
me.
and Siwon. Don't you remember they were like, what was it specifically about? Oh God, I can't remember. But basically, it was like Siwon was just saying that you guys are like, going with Orbit, and you're not really you're pushing us all out, and you're not really playing
Yeah,
the
it's
game
true,
a
but
fair way almost. And
they were so
yeah,
like high on
exactly.
their
So
moral
they
high
got a bit
ground,
heated.
Orbit's team, like that they're doing the best thing for like everyone. It's not really, because you're just keeping all the weak players
No.
there and weeding out all the so that you guys could win.
Like they're smart. Like Dong-Ju is smart, but she ended up
Yeah,
being on the wrong side. So and being like doing like yeah, the alliance thing was just not
yeah,
working
it was
out. Like
terrible. It was
I don't know.
terrible.
I think you have to dip and dip out depending
Yeah, in
on the
situations.
task at hand. Like with your alliances, it can't be like a blanket thing of like I'm just going to be with you no matter what. Like that's just silly.
Yeah, I can't wait till you
Yeah.
see season 2. It's amazing. We will be back recapping season 2 for you guys hopefully soon. But first we're gonna try and attempt to do Agents of Mystery season 2, and we're gonna have to break that because there's in Agents of Mystery season 2 there's 3 different things in there. So we're gonna break that down into 3 episodes so it's easier for Mimi to get done. So like, we can get it done that way. So yeah, we love this. I absolutely love this show. I want them to like carry on making this show forever. It's one of my favorite game shows ever on Korean TV.
I just wonder how they can have so many different games. Like they have to obviously think of different concepts and games, or do you think they would do the same thing?
I can't say
Same-ish
anything.
games
I
or
can't say anything.
oh no,
What
so
else are you curious about?
oh
It's
no.
like
Okay.
from a like viewer listener perspective, there it's kind of interesting because you haven't watched season 2 and they have probably.
The types
The
of
contestant,
contestants
you know one of the contestants anyway because you saw it
contestants.
accidentally.
I
Who is
know,
it?
yeah. Yeah, from Singles Inferno.
Yeah,
Hanae.
I think that's it.
Hanae?
His name. I forgot his name. No, it's Kwan. It's uh wait. Go on, carry on talking.
So I'm interested in knowing the contestants. Obviously, that's like an interesting thing. And then about if they change up the games a little bit, they might have different kind of like rules or different kind of added things, like with the pieces and stuff. And prison might be a bit different. I'm interested in knowing if the set changes, like if it's exactly the same or if it's different. Um, and you've already given me like an idea that it's quite wild, so I'm really excited.
Um,
So I'll be getting that
it's
very, very
it's
soon.
Kyung-hyun, Kyung-hyun, Kyung-hyun,
Oh yeah, Kyun Kyun. Sorry, yeah, yeah. Hane
Kyung-hyun.
was in
Yeah,
there.
he's
Kyun
gonna be
Kyun,
it.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that is gonna be
Okay.
really, really interesting. What do you think he's like? Because you've only seen him like commentating. So what do you think he's like?
I think he's a
Oh, okay.
devious
You
person.
think he's a devious person?
Not devious, but I think he's got a bit of a
Interesting.
spice to him.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Is there anyone else that we know on it
Um,
from other things or
well, I
like
watched it
other
last year, so I'm gonna have
actors?
to look at this again. Go. Anything else you want to
Okay,
talk about in the season?
well, I'm gonna see it like this week anyway. So, um, no, that's it. I'm interested in the set. Like I said, I want to see if they change the set. If they, but they're probably not going to. Like that's so much work. You might as well just keep it as it is.
No, I don't think there's anyone
Yeah.
else that we know in like from other shows or anything like that, or like K-pop stuff or anything like that. I just don't think. there is anything like that.
All
But
right.
there's a interesting crop of people, and it's so crazy. Season 2, like you're just gonna be like overwhelmed from the start. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right.
unfortunately,
Well,
there
I think
is
we're done with it. Yeah.
that one caveat. The things that you hate is like, and that I hate is the long explanation for the game.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
No,
I thought maybe
it's
that
just
might
still a
change.
long explanation, and it's like,
Okay.
you lose yourself like listening to the explanation. You like, you zone out, kind of thing. Anyway, so that was a long,
Yeah.
long episode, guys, and we will be back with Agents of Mystery and also Devil's Plan as well. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Quick, hit the follow button so you never miss an episode. You can also follow us on our socials too: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, and give us a 5-star rating on whatever you're listening to this podcast on.